You ready? All right, our first set is kind of a little bit of warming up, but mostly we're just going right into it. So starting with your feet about shoulder width apart. Let's actually just do a couple of warm-up moves. So fingertips on your hips, thumbs on your rib cage, and we're leaning forward. This is a good morning. And we're just getting ready because we're gonna do a deadlift today. And I wanna make sure that you're thinking about keeping that rib cage nice and long and tall as we do it. So always important. Let's go 3 more. 2. And then last one. And then I'm just gonna have you take a sumo squat, and this is our final warm up. As we come down, take your hands out. We're gonna do a circle with our arms. And 3. And switch directions with your arms. 2. And hold it down. And we're just gonna do a little pulse as we go back with our arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now I think we're ready. Okay. So feet shoulder width apart. I want you to imagine that you're pushing out and you're pushing like you're pulling a piece of saran wrap between your feet. That's what I want you to imagine as we do this. You're gonna reach up and touch down. Reach up and touch down. So it's a little bit of a squat. And as you touch down, you don't have to touch down to the ground, but I want you thinking about pulling out the saran wrap between your feet. And we have 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Okay, now we're gonna take our feet out wide, and we're gonna do that move, the deadlift. So we're coming forward, reach down towards the ground, and as you come up, you stand up. So from the side, down, back is nice and straight, and up. Down, and up. So you can do this with no weights, or if you want to add more challenge, you grab those weights, you drop them down, lean forward, back is nice and straight. So remember thinking about the rib cage and the hip bones and the space between them that we created when we did our warm-up. And we just have a couple more. Last one. And then set your weights down. I'm gonna grab a lighter weight. For our next move, we're gonna do a standing figure 8. So we're taking our weight and making an 8 motion in the air. Woo. And this is this gets your shoulders, it gets your core. So you can do it with your elbows bent, and straightening your elbows makes it harder. So you can sort of test what works best for you. And we go a little bit longer. This is arms and core. 3, 2, and rest. Oh my gosh, okay. Set that way down. We're going back to the first move again. So feet are shoulder width apart. We imagine that there's a piece of saran wrap. We bring our arms up and then touch down and up and down. Let's add a little speed. So see if you can go a little faster. You have 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Woo! Okay, now you're gonna grab your weights if you wanna do that deadlift with your weights. We take our feet out nice and wide, grab those weights, and then we come down, lean forward, and then stand up. So it's just really coming down and leaning forward and standing up. And as you come up, I want you to squeeze your glutes. In other words, squeeze your butt. This is where those butt muscles really get nice and toned. But we're also doing something super functional. This move is how you can pick up heavy things. Keeping that rib cage and hips in a nice separated space. Whew. And we're going for 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to set those weights down and grab my lighter weight. We bring that weight here, and we go for the figure 8. So the figure 8 works the muscles and the
screen has stopped. Oh, there you go. Go
maybe
ahead.
My internet might be slow. So, and you can experiment with the distance between you and the weight, straightening your arms or keeping them bent. I'm happy keeping mine bent. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay. Set 1, done. We're on to set 2. This second set, you're gonna want, I have some light weights. We're gonna lift them out to the side. So you might wanna test and make sure that you can lift your weights out to the side before we get started. I'm gonna grab those weights. So this move is a shoulder move, but we're not gonna start with that. Just gonna move these ones over here. Okay, first we're gonna start with a lunge to a knee up. So you're stepping back, coming down a little bit, and then bringing your knee up, just like this. So this is our cardio move. It's also a strength move. And we're doing these for 40 seconds. So you're gonna definitely feel the standing leg. Oh man, 10 more seconds. This is balance, core, and cardio. 3, 2, and rest. Oh my gosh, shake it out. Okay, so now you're gonna grab those weights for the lateral raises. And we're gonna step, the first thing we're gonna do is step back at a diagonal, lower yourself down, stand up, and then you do your arms. All right, so try that out with me. Step back at a diagonal, lower yourself down, come up, and raise those arms. So if you have any shoulder issues and you're noticing that this hurts your shoulders, you can drop the weights. Or if you know how to modify for yourself, go for it. Step back at that diagonal, lift those arms. You need nice, strong shoulders for lots of things. That's what we're working on here. One more each side. Setting one weight down, we're going to take the other one for our core. We bring it to the outside of our hip, around our head, and over to the other side for halo. And then you just switch around to the hip and back. Don't forget to breathe. So here we get your shoulders again in a little bit of a different, we're moving your shoulders around, but we're actually getting a lot of core. So this is a sneaky core move. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Okay, so hopefully you remember which leg you had forward last time. We're gonna do our opposite leg now. So we're stepping back, coming down, and then bringing the knee up. It's fast, so you don't have to come very deep into that lunge. This is more about speed and balance than worrying about going too low in the lunge. But we're also strengthening the outside, your glute medius, which is the outside muscle of your glute. Oh my goodness. Ten more seconds, just a few more. Hang in there. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, shake out that leg. Grab your weights. All right, we're gonna step back for our curtsy lunge right here. So step back, lower yourself down, stand up, and curtsy. So if you have knee issues, you don't need to go too far down. You're still gonna strengthen that glute medius, the same one that we were doing in our cardio. And that's really good for any kind of side-to-side motion. You want to strengthen for the side-to-side motions. You do them more than you think. And one more each side. All right, and then set that weight down. We take our single weight to the outside of our hip and around our head. All right, I told you that we're gonna do a little cardio kickboxing. It's coming. Breathe as you bring that weight around. And my kind of thought for the week is thinking about a moment that recently where you experienced that transcendent recognition of your connection to the world. You can stop. In other words, awe. What was a beautiful moment? Maybe it's music, or somebody amazed you, or the nature just sent you into, just an amazed experience. For this set, I want you to think about that moment of awe. So we're gonna take it to a jab, cross, knee. So one foot is forward, the other one is back. We go jab, cross, knee. Jab, cross, knee. Jab, cross, knee. We're gonna stay on the same side. Here we go. So there's a little twisting in this. you to think, what was an experience you've recently had that brought you just like chills or amazement or wonder? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay, we're coming down to the ground for our next set, for this next move, next 2 moves. We're gonna get hands and knees, one single weight. You're gonna row one arm up. So I want you to just try that first, rowing one arm. And then don't do anything with your arm. Lift the opposite leg of the arm that you just rowed. So you're lifting the opposite leg, and now we're gonna do that together. So row the arm and lift the leg. Row the arm, lift the leg. Whew, all right. I'm gonna have us switch halfway. Row the arm, lift the leg. One more time on this side. And then switch over to the other side. So now it's the other arm and the other leg. And it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Same arm, same leg, much harder. So if you're finding this almost impossible, you're probably doing same arm, same leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And by the way, if you try that, you're not the first person. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Awesome. Set the weight to the side, come onto your back. You're gonna bring your feet up so that they're 90 degrees. And then I want you to press your back down. Not all the way to the ground, but almost all the way. And then we drop one heel and then the other. I want you to imagine that you've got an ice pack, like a baggie full of water underneath your back. It's a really thin bag with some water in it. And you're trying to keep the pressure the same across that baggie as you bring one foot down and then the other. So there's a little space between your back and the floor, but you're applying some pressure down. That is actually what the most important part of this move, which is why I'm spending more time talking about that than anything else. You want to just drop that heel down, and we go 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Then bring both heels down, and we're going to come back to standing, and we're going to go to the other side. So other foot forward, other foot back. We've got that jab, cross, knee up. Jab, cross, knee up. And I'm not the best kickbox person, but you want to have your hands up kind of near your chin, as if you're protecting your face. Woo! 5, 4, 7, 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice. Okay, coming down. We've got that same bird dog row. So one arm has the weight. We're gonna lift the opposite leg up. So this is core and back and glute. We get lots of different things here. All excellent to strengthen that back body. All right, let's switch over to the other side. This is it. this move, we just got that core exercise, and then we're done. So put all of your attention in it. Last one. Nice. Set the feet over to the side. Come onto your back. Bring your imaginary plastic baggie with water in it underneath your back. Press the back down. Feet are up. Drop one heel and then the other. So this move is so good for building the stabilizing muscles in your core. A lot of core exercises are about the big muscles. This one is about the little muscles that support the big muscles. So we're working on the foundation, making sure that our foundation is really strong and is going to stabilize us in the right ways. Whew. Let's do 2 more on each side. And when you're done, you can hug your knees into your chest. And roll from side to side. So good. And then drop your knees over to one side. I might have to move my weights out of the way. And get nice and cozy on your side. Bring your hands and meet them together. And then open one hand up towards the other side. Follow it with your gaze. And then bring it back. We're just going to do that 2 more times. I highly recommend this move if you have any lower back pain or upper body tightness. It's really great. It also helps with your back, like your spine. Okay, let's bring our knees up and over to the other side. Lay on your side. Meet your hands together and then open up the book and close it. A few more times. Last one. And then I'm just going to take a seat for a moment and take one deep breath. And if you can, for a moment, just bring the moment of awe into your visual imagination. If it was in your body, feel it in your body. And then let it go. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here.